Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. It is a nice day out today. We're working in the garden. It is kind of gray looking. It was sunnier earlier and pretty warm out. It is getting towards the evening. I got home from work like an hour ago, so I just wanted to spend some time out here and get some stuff done because before we know it, it's gonna be full planting season. The pea plants I have over here have not germinated yet, but the weeds sure have. So I am going to weed this little patch out. It is older seed, so hopefully it does germinate. I do have a piece of hog panel here for the peas to trellis on. And then at the end, we're trying to experiment. We have some Swiss chard in there. So we're just having it under the clear tote, kind of give it that greenhouse effect. Got my gloves on because I don't like dirty hands. We have a Swiss chard down here too. They're looking a little rough. I guess I need to weed under there too. I didn't think about that. Just gotta close that. But I weeded the row. Looks a lot better. When I was weeding, I accidentally dug some seeds up and they hadn't even started to germinate. So hopefully this nice weather that's coming up, it'll be a lot better for them. We got the horse moved over. He's in this front part now. He was back there where the gates are. That was closed off. But we are wanting to use this property up here for like squashes, vining plants, some corn, and who knows what else. He's patiently waiting for his evening feeding. In my last couple of videos, if you notice me like sniffling and coughing and stuff a lot, I have been sick for like 3 weeks. It's just like respiratory allergies, I don't know, but it's been terrible and I haven't liked it. So I actually didn't film some of my stuff that I wanted to film just because I just did not feel good. We are going to plant potatoes here. So we're just getting our row ready. We have our amendments down and we're gonna till them in. I know we said we are trying to till less. We actually are tilling less and we are still gonna till also. It's a work in progress. We already planted potatoes back here and we have peas in the back, and then we have potatoes. We have purple potatoes, German buttery balls, some onions, more potatoes all the way down, and then we have some peas at the end. We had some really old pea seed, so we just kind of threw it all out there and we're just gonna see what happens with it. And then we just put tin down in between our rows so we know where they're at and to not till there. So hopefully that'll block the weeds from growing and also not let the sun just kill our dirt. For the amendments that we have in the potatoes, we have some gypsum, Epsom salt, azomite, and then some other kind of rock dust. These are Pontiac red potatoes. These are actually potatoes that we grew last year. We don't have a root cellar. We just kept them in a cardboard box in a spare bedroom. They got a little crazy. We're gonna try planting them anyways and see what happens. Oh, this one's huge. potato is so big and it's got so many eyes on it. Chickies! Hi, Chickie. So this is some compost from last year. It was a pile out here. It was like old hay and weeds. And this year we can plant with it. Leave some of the roots out?
Can, because I'll show you.
Oh, you're gonna do something else to it?
Yeah, I'm gonna cover this all up with hay.
Oh, okay. We mulched our potato row with old hay and straw that was in our duck and turkey house. This stuff is about 2 years old, but it's been sitting covered up inside of a tent, inside of that thing. We're calling it quits tonight. We got a lot of stuff accomplished tonight in the garden. We got our potatoes planted. We still have 10 more potatoes to plant, but we're just gonna wait and see how the garden works itself out and how we plant everything and where to put those. We already have quite a bit planted, way more than we planted last year. So we're just gonna kind of hold off and see what happens with those. We got all the potatoes mulched. We started watering everything, but our well isn't that great, so we have to wait a little bit in between watering sometimes. And we got our onion bed all amended, and we will till it in the morning. So that's where the onions are gonna go. We have onion bulbs, I think they're called. And then we have leek seeds and green onion seeds. So there's where the potatoes are. Like I said, it's quite a bit, a lot more than what we did last year. Last year we just basically had the back row by the fence done and a couple of random throughout the garden, and we got a really good amount of them. We are super excited to plant this many potatoes this year. We canned some last year and we really liked them. It was a lot of work, so I'm a little nervous about canning a bunch this year, but it'll be worth it. We didn't really have a good way to store potatoes. As you could see, we had that whole amount that just we couldn't eat anymore. And we had probably stopped eating them January, February, I can't really remember. The next day, we are out working in the garden. It is afternoon. We are getting a late start. It is Saturday, so we kind of just took our time getting up, making breakfast. I had to run some errands this morning, go to my sister's house and grab our portable dog fence cage thing. We're gonna put the ducks out in it today and let them get some area to run around in. We have been putting them outside, but just in our bonfire ring, so they can't really get too much exercise that way. But I went and borrowed that from her, and hopefully they can run around in it. We are going to be working in the garden. We have a lot to do today. I want to put up some gates and fencing around the end of the garden to try to stop the deer from just wandering in. I'm sure they can jump over the gates that we have, but at least they can't just walk in. We'll have to make it a little bit of a challenge for them. We're going to plant onions, our brassicas, And that might be it for the garden today. And then we'll do more during the week and over the weekend. We got where we're gonna plant the onion sets and the onion seeds all tilled up and ready to go. For our bunching onions or green onions, I got these seeds. I didn't really have a preference. I just went to our feed store and bought some seeds. And then for leeks, we have these kinds. I have never grown either of these from seed before, so we're gonna try that out. We got the ducks out into the temporary dog pen cage thing I was talking about. I bought 2 of them on Amazon. One was gonna be too small. I actually bought it for our dogs when we're camping. My sister uses it more than I do, so I usually just keep it at her house. This is probably only my second time using it and only one time for dogs. We got these ducks a couple of weeks ago as little tiny ducks, and hopefully they get their feathers soon so they can come outside full time. We have been keeping them in our house just so they don't get too cold. We got the onions planted. It goes all the way down to where like the dirt, that line right over there in the dirt where it gets lighter. Up here we planted our green onions and we did our leeks, and then we did our onion sets. We did them in that order because I think we'll be harvesting the green onions first that are up here, and then all the way down it'll be harvesting that way. So we got some of the gates up across there. I don't know if we're gonna go further over there. I think just one. He started clearing out some of the stuff over here to maybe put in another raised bed down there. But I am excited to start getting brassicas in the ground. We have a purple cabbage or red cabbage, whatever you want to call it. We have some early cabbages, broccoli, cauliflower, kale, more red cabbage, and late cabbage, some Brussels sprouts. We got, and celery, but that's not a brassica. We actually got these at a nursery, and it's a nursery I go to every year. I really like them. Ooh, that didn't get watered. Anyways, I did try to start some from seeds. I have cabbage, kale, cabbage. Unfortunately, one of my cabbages already bolted. So, yeah, I don't know. I have some Brussels sprouts, calendula. This is some oregano that was from last year. I tried to overwinter it outside. It is growing, so that's good. This is some like chives or onion chives. Incendium. I actually dug this up at a friend's house. She was redoing her landscaping and she had it out by her porch. And she said to come dig it up if I wanted it, so I did. And it overwintered in that. And we just have our citrus trees out here getting some sun today. We just have everything out on a table, hardening off, getting ready to come back outside. It is Sunday evening. We are back out in the garden. I am getting a really late start in the garden today. I had to go dress shopping for my cousin's wedding today, hence hair and makeup and nails. I really want to get this brassica patch planted tonight because I go back to work tomorrow. I have to work all week. It is my last week of work, and then I get laid off for the summer. Literally the only reason why I've kept my job as long as I have. really excited for my summers. So I really want to get this done before I go back to work for the week. I don't know how much I'll get out here during the week of work. It's going to be a really hectic, busy week with shutdown, getting everything situated for that. So goal tonight is to get the brassicas planted. We have our brassica bed going. We put some of the hay and straw out of our birdhouse on here. And then we're gonna layer it with cardboard to help keep it the moisture in and help with weed control. Since we're planting in cardboard, we have to cut holes where we want each individual plant to be. And we're gonna go just like that all the way through until we get all of our red cabbage in. We got our first row in, but we don't have enough dirt because of like the hay and the cardboard, so we can't just scrape dirt around to fill up like we would. So we're gonna work on getting some more dirt down here to use that to plant with. Put a fall in it. So you're just gonna come across the cardboard like this?
Yeah.
It's so soft and gushy, I'm like sinking in.
No.
I don't like this.
Sure.
Where's your machete at? Shovel ain't gonna do shit.
Push that stuff to the side. Here, let me do that.
That was terrible. This is Trooper. This is the cat that is always around my feet and bothering me. He's our outside cat. He's pretty rough looking. He fights with other cats. We thought we lost him this winter and we were really sad, but then he came back. That's why his name is Trooper. Poor old man. We're calling it quits for in the garden tonight. We didn't get as much done as I would have liked to. That is typical for us. I am really proud of what we have gotten done so far. We are way ahead of schedule. We never get anything out this early in the season, so that is very good for us. But we are going to be done with this video. We hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you next time.